Navy Lieutenant Brittany Alkonis is still not home with his family. We reported on this last week. He spent 507 days in a Japanese jail on charges of negligent driving. Medical records show he wasn't negligent, but suffering from a medical condition at the time of a deadly car crash. In any reasonable sense, he should have never been in jail at all. Last week, Japan released him to the United States, but he's still being held in custody in Los Angeles. The U.S. Department of Justice still has not determined if Ridge will be released in time to spend Christmas with his family or anytime soon. During his State of the Union address last year, President Biden promised Ridge's wife that he would bring her husband back. As of now, the president still hasn't fully delivered on that promise. Brittany Alkonis is with us now. She's Ridge's wife. I can't imagine the emotional roller coaster you've been through over the past week or two, Brittany. And just from the top of this, if President Biden sat there, at the Resolute desk with a pen and said, send Ridge back to his family, how long would it take for him to be on a plane back to you?
I mean, I don't know the answer to that question. I can't imagine it being more than 24 hours. He certainly could have made that decision as soon as Ridge was in the air and out of the hands of Japan.
Any idea why he didn't?
You know, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he's the commander-in-chief, and I think he has a responsibility to do right by his service members. And my children, my husband, our family, we've suffered for 2.5 years. Surely that's enough. Whether it's through the president himself or through the standard process by the DOJ, Ridge could be home right now. He could certainly be home by Christmas, and we're not feeling like any progress is being made here in our own country. It feels like the same thing we were going through back in Japan.
I'm looking at pictures of him right now. He got back to the United States last week. Were you able to see him?
Yeah, I've been able to see him. I saw him every day since Friday, except for today. Took a little break. It's a long drive. It's a lot going into downtown LA every day, but it's been good to see him. You know, it's not behind glass anymore, so in some ways some things have improved, but the thing that will always remain worse is that he is now in his own country. There's nothing complicated about this case, and if it were the desire of the DOJ and the administration, he could be home right now.
Yeah, it is bewildering. When I heard he was coming back to the United States, it seemed as though there'd be a deal with Japan. Okay, he gets back, and 24 hours later, okay, now he's heading out on home leave until we can get things sorted, and that's just not what happened. I'm just wondering emotionally for you. You got the phone call, he's coming home. How long did it take you to realize, and what were your thoughts when you realized he's coming back to the United States, but he's not coming home?
You know, I had known for some time that, first of all, this wasn't a release, it was a transfer. When someone is released, when they are traded, they are brought back into the loving arms of their country and their family, and they go home. I knew that that's not what this was. I knew that it was a transfer. I knew that he would have to be booked with the Federal Bureau of Prisons. As far as what would happen after that, there wasn't a whole lot of clarity. So I am shocked, not only that he's still in jail today, but there's no clear answer as to when he'll be out.
Boy, we're all pulling for you. I've said it to you a number of times, how much I know it means to him that you're fighting for him, and I'm glad you're being able to see him, certainly in person and not behind glass. And we think only the best for you and the kids, all right?
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks for having me today.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.